Oh my god. That's
Quietly
amazing,
break
man.
your minds. Okay,
Yeah,
you
everyone's
can roll strength.
speaking in the
Roll strength
a
or
wild
athletics would be better probably.
strength save. Athletics.
You have proficiency in athletics.
Yes.
Okay, 9. You won't break them now, but you can. You have enough time. You have enough time. You've just been sitting there. You've loosened them up by just pulling at them. You've slipped your hands out. You got little hands, anyways. Were you?
Do any of us notice him do it, or where's Glenn?
No, he's in the
No.
back by himself, so
Okay.
Mhm.
nobody's keeping an eye out. He calmed down for the most part when they put him
Can I
back
see
there.
the island?
with
from
Yeah, but they
where
left him
are
tied
yet?
up.
At
Are we
this
close enough to
point,
the island to see it?
at this point, no, not quite. I would say you guys are getting close to the halfway mark, but
Okay.
like I said, it's half a day. We're gonna kind of skip some time when we get to that part. But no, you're still out in the ocean. It's nothing too crazy. Pretty much just sunny day out. Not crazy crashing waves or anything.
Do we know what's under the ship, like in the?
Oh, right. So
down
you
here?
guys, you could go ahead and go down there if you'd like. You probably will. If we're kind of just, pretty much other than that, if you want to check down there, and if other than that you're set, we can sort of just skip to later on. But yeah, underneath right underneath is just, it seems like, so this front area is sort of like a captain's quarters, maybe, something like that. And then
Mhm.
this back, I just realized you can't. Yeah, I can do that. So this is like a captain's quarters thing, and this is like, to the lower decks. Lower decks, there's not much. There's right underneath. The first thing you're gonna come out to is like a pretty poor excuse of a dining hall. Thrown together tables, one of which is missing a leg. A couple chairs, mostly old, busted crates. Poor excuse of a rusty stove behind a nearby wall, and a countertop hosting a large cleaver and a bucket of fish heads. So like a little makeshift kitchen down there, and then right down below that, through a little hatch, is sort of bed chambers. The bed chambers themselves mostly consisting of hoisted pallets of wood with straw and a few dirty, worn blankets strewn about. So not great sleeping situation, but thankfully you won't be in that boat that long.
We gotta poke around for some food.
Yeah. Some fish, probably some reasonably cooked fish. Reasonably.
For the most part.
Which probably, probably completely.
You know, I like some sushi.
Yeah, you probably pull out some of your herbs you collected and
Uh-huh.
wrap it up and eat it. You're probably quite happy down there.
Oh yeah.
Anything you wanted to check out, Marcus?
I check out the stove. Is that functional?
Minimally, yes. It is functional. It's just not the best. It's not very well vented.
Oh my god, yeah.
For this little room, it's not well thought out, but it
Right.
would work, and presumably they use it. It does look like they use it, so.
I grab one of the half-cooked fish and cook it fully,
Okay, that's
or
kind of,
eating it.
yeah, leaning out while it's the smokes piling out. But,
Yeah.
okay, that works. That's fine.
It doesn't even affect me because I'm low to the ground.
So you're so actually I'm gonna say you're down there munching, Zane.
Uh-huh.
You know what? Actually, I'll have him come to Glenn. He's in the back there. His hands are free, but that's probably not apparent. I assume he's kind of keeping his hands down, maybe.
I'm kind of just watching Krugix
Yeah.
and noting if he's ever alone.
Okay.
Dude,
You get kind of a little surprise, a little voice behind you. Hi there! And you look over and it's a little halfling, one of the ones you saw, him and his little sister with him. Says, Groomper Hill! And you are?
I'm just
Uh-huh.
Groomper Hill. I'm just gonna scoff and pay him no heed and keep watching Krugix.
This
I
is my
would say-
sister. Well, it's nice to meet you anyhow. I hope you get what you're looking for. And he just sort of walks away, I suppose. Yeah, I'll go ahead and share this as well. This is Kay Jordan. This is the female rogue you guys kind of saw. I said there's a couple other characters, like I said, meandering about, some humans. One is, I think you probably heard him be called Varian is his name. He's just he's kind of wearing a hooded leather gear. He's kind of got his hood down. Not saying much. He's the guy that you actually ran into. He's the first guy you ran into on the ship, the shore or whatever, like right near the dock. But he doesn't seem there to be as an adventurer from it. Seems like he seems to somehow be working with the goblins. It's not entirely clear what these other people's roles are. There are other, you know, this Truman, or sorry, this Groomper guy and this Kay Jordan. They seem to be, you know, these guys are also adventurers. They're kind of asking questions. But these couple of these other people, this, you know, couple humans and a dwarf, seem to be there for some other reason, maybe. You know, they're not as inquisitive about the job.
They didn't ask questions.
Yeah, and maybe they're somehow helping with the situation. You know, can't tell. Yeah, and you see Krugix hanging out by the side of the boat by himself. Glenn.
How big is the boat? Like how many turns would it take to get from one side to the other?
Maybe like hopping. Oh, you've pulled all your ropes off if you want to. So
Yeah.
I guess that's fine. I mean, it's probably so. Like, I'm thinking of like literally Pirates of the Caribbean boat, right?
Sure.
And
yeah.
then pretty much maybe 3/4 to half that size. Like, it's
Okay,
pretty much
so
the
not
same exact
huge,
boat,
but-
just scaled down. So it's not that big. You could run to the other side pretty quickly, maybe 2 turns or something.
Okay. I'm gonna take my tinderbox out, and I notice he's alone, and I'm gonna try to create a distraction for a majority of everybody on the boat, except for Krugix, and lights. Try to light anything on fire. It doesn't even have to be like a big fire, just a little bit of smoke.
Yeah. Okay. So
Wait,
just gonna do
are they
something.
still under the ship? We're still inside the ship, right?
Yeah.
I notice him doing this.
We can't
Yeah.
see him at all.
Yeah. So okay. So you just
Why
take a
didn't
little
we
bit of
keep an eye on this
alcohol
man?
and just kind of tie a little piece of cloth to something. I'm gonna go ahead and give little Groomper a roll to see if he notices, because he's kind of hanging out nearby. No, he does not notice a thing. He's talking to his sister with a big smile on his face. Give
Groomper.
one more roll. Yeah, it's a nat 1. That's pretty bad. So yeah, can we roll? I mean, this is like a little fucking plan you're doing. I think you might roll like intelligence or something. What kind of options do you have to roll? Executing this little plan. I think probably intelligence or performance,
coming up with it.
maybe. Whichever you want to do. I mean, performance would be better.
Performance
Than...
is a 0, yeah.
Okay. 10? Okay, so, I mean, the bizarre part of this goal to me is that you're trying to, so I'll say you're definitely you're trying to not get Krugix's attention, right?
I'm just trying to distract anyone on top while I just quietly make my way to Krugix.
Okay, so your buddy, the halflings are definitely gonna kind of notice this. They're scatterbrained and always jumping around, so they kind of are curious about this, and I suppose you could slip away. You're probably gonna have to roll stealth for that. I'll try to think who else would be on top.
Holy shit. Why does it say heavy armor 1? Can I only roll a 1? Oh, never mind. That was just terribly unlucky.
Heavy armor. What does heavy armor mean?
It's just, it gives a negative.
It doesn't say that it does, though.
Oh,
I
maybe
think it might be
A?
disadvantage or something.
Maybe, I
armor,
don't know.
sneak, 5e. I would say that typically I don't do anything. Yeah, just disadvantage, but I don't see
They
feel like that
notice him
applies
right
here.
away.
Those are both atrocious rolls, by the way. Yeah, you're tripped down the stairs and you've collapsed and hit your head again and you're unconscious.
God, then you're unconscious.
Honestly,
Yeah.
probably
His
good.
plans are just
What'd you say?
failing.
Honestly, probably for the better.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah. You
I was
Oh
gonna,
my
like
I was gonna
every
try to get
natural
behind
one.
him. I was gonna try to get behind him and say,
You've natural
so
one
you've,
through.
so you,
No, wait. I don't
I
know.
was gonna try to get behind him and say, so you've died once, and then swing my war axe into his heart, and then roll him off the ship before anyone got up.
Okay. Well, thankfully, for the best.
Didn't work.
For the best, you are not going to be able to do that. Okay,
Just
so
failed
there's
attempt
quite a
after failed
commotion, and
attempt.
I mean, at this point, people are getting that this is a thing that you're something's.
At least I'm unconscious, so I don't have to explain what it's
yeah,
fire in the back.
exactly. they're just getting grumpy with you, but they,
They just put up with it.
you
So.
know, they're putting up for it for now.
Put more measures around him.
Well, just gonna fit this now. You're gonna be unconscious until we get to the fucking landing. Okay, so
Instead of calling
there's
the
probably
shots.
not much else. If there's anything else you guys want to do on the ship before we kind of skip ahead, just meander about.
Yeah, I'm just chilling. Happy
Okay.
that I'm got fed and I'm getting kind of sleepy.
Can I go
Okay.
talk to this Jade Jordan
Yeah,
girl?
Because it is half a day.
sure.